Okay guys, we got a lot to unpack this morning. It is July 8th, 2026, and we're out in the backyard. As you can see my shadow, it's sunshiny. It's beautiful out. It's probably around 7, a little after 7 a.m. I've been out here for about an hour or so working on the ladies. And you guys know, if you watched the last video, the story behind these were gifted to me. As I like to say, the sacred plant finds you. And they found me. As a matter of fact, yesterday, my good friend Ed Groen, is an incredible grower, he calls me up, well, actually texts me, I should say. He says, hey, I got 6 teens. You want them? I'm like, oh man, let me take a look. I don't know if I'll take all 6, but I might take a couple of his genetics, which are really amazing. But anyways, let's dive in, guys. We got a lot to unpack. Let's start off with tools. You got to have some basic tools, and I don't have everything I need right now because this was kind of on the fly. I just moved to this property. So I'm trying to move in, I'm trying to unpack, and I'm trying to take care of these ladies all at the same time. But a few basic tools. Now this morning, I'm spraying some silica. We'll get into that in a second. But you got to have a decent sprayer. This is a 1 gallon. Here's one of the things I found. If you don't get a sprayer with a pressure release, and you pop the top off, it's gonna, whatever's in here is gonna spray in your face. So whenever you're buying a pump sprayer, try to find ones with a little pressure release. If not, if you're taking the top off, go slow, because sometimes if you're doing like some sort of IPM, integrated pest management, you know, some sprays, some bug sprays, like maybe like some neem. Neem is good stuff this time of the year. Don't be using it in the flower cycle. You guys might not know that are new at this, but I'm going to go through that. And this is not my only IPM. I have to pick up a few. I'll usually have 3 or 4 different products I'll use for the season. Hey, let's not forget, you got to have some microphone stuff. This is the Rhodes. So if I'm doing any type of, you know, podcast, stuff like that, stay tuned for the podcast coming out. We got a pretty good you know, system coming up soon as far as the podcast. But anyways, you got to have those tools. I'm talking to you guys right now on one, and I get the little windsock on it because it's a little bit breezy out here, and if I didn't have the windsock, you'd have that noise. All right, couple of tools. First off, a couple of pair of shears. These are heavy duty ones for big stock, small stuff, little razor blade. I need some twist tie. I love this stuff. I love the double-sided one, because when you run out like this one, you go, oh shit, I wish I had a little bit more, so I get the double-sided one. This is my hose and water filter. You guys probably saw that in the last video. This basically is cleaning the water before I use it. So I just filled this up. I just got done spraying the plants with some silica, all right, silic acid, so it's silicone. Plant available silicone. So this is for foliar and drench feeding, or root feeding. You can basically water it in. But I've been using this product for quite a few years now, probably about 4 or 5 years anyways. And it's excellent. As you can see, this is the small bottle. So silica is a really good thing to add to your plants, and you can spray it on them. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But anyway, so mix that in with your water. That's what I did this morning. What I really am missing this morning is a surfactant. What's a surfactant, Joe? I'm glad you asked that. Surfactant is a wetting agent. It makes water wetter. Yeah, it breaks the water molecule bond and it spreads across the leaf surface. We'll see that in a second when we get over and we start looking at some of these plants. You'll see water droplets on there from the last spray. Let me see if this one you can still see. Let me see. Probably not this one. All right, over here. Yeah, check this out. You're going to be able to see how water has a tension, has a water bond there, right? So basically the droplets don't spread across the leaf surface. So when you add a surfactant or a wetting agent, it spreads across the leaf surface. So whatever product you're spraying, whether it's IPM or if it's you know, foliar feeding, if you're feeding with nutrients right at the leaf level, yeah, you can feed right through the leaves. It absorbs through the dermis level of the leaf, and it gets into it. Like I just sprayed the silica on there, and that silic acid is going to absorb into the plant and help it strengthen the cellular structure, help it become a little bit more resistant to some powdery mildew molds, bugs, things like that. Not all bugs, by the way, some of the bugs, but it helps stiffen the stalk, strengthens it, helps it to deal with stresses. And man, these ladies have been stressed. They've been moved around multiple times. And we've had some challenges. Last night it was rainy, a little bit windy, and I came out this morning, a bunch of them sagging over. I hadn't had time to tie them off, so I did tie off this morning. All right, so silica for the win this morning. We're spraying that on the plants. We got some tie-ups. We're doing some tie-downs. We're clipping off some branches that are no good to us. And this is the hardest part for new growers, is to trim off branches. You're like, wait a minute, leave it. It might turn into a pound one day. Nope, not going to happen. It's just going to be a pain in the ass later in the season when you're harvesting, because you can go, what am I going to do with all those little tiny larfy little buds? No big deal. All right, now one other thing, Clip Buddies. These Clip Buddies are the freaking beans. Now there's other manufacturers now on the market, but this was the first one I came in. I bought a small package of them, and I'm like, all right, I'll try them out. You can see I've been using these over and over. These help you actually low stress train the plant so you can get more yield. It's all about yield at the end of the season. All right, let's take a look. First thing I want to look at is these plants came from being fed salts, basically, minerals. And when you're running in cocoa and they're using minerals and you transition right into soil, this is where a lot of growers that buy clones online, they get home, it's in rock wool or it's in a Root Riot plug, and then right immediately they just stuff it into soil out in the bright sunlight, and they go like, damn, the plant goes, hey, how about a little love? Get me used to the sun first, you know, harden me off first, you know, like let's ease into the sun. Don't go hard, full sun. And don't go directly into the earth and soil, because there's no relationship yet. Yeah, there's a little bit of relationship you need between the soil and the roots, right? And that's called the life in the soil, the microorganisms, the fungi, the bacteria. Mycorrhizal fungi is a really beneficial thing to help with the root expansion and root relationship in the soil. So this plant is now getting adapted to the soil that I put it in. I put a nice quality soil. Let me try to find a better lighting here so you guys can see. You see that? There we go. See that nice, beautiful, vibrant green? That's an indicator. When you look at the top, this is I call it the windshield of a plant. You can see what's going on right now. It's looking happy. I know it's a little difficult because of the sunshine and the shadowing, but yeah, you can see that nice, beautiful, vibrant green. That means it's adapting. That means there's a relationship starting in the root zone. All right, so we did some tie-offs this morning. We got them all straightened out. We did some trimming. You can see we took off some of the branching. Hey buddy, I'll be with you in 1 second, my neighbor. I'm just doing a little video for my audience. Hang tight. And so we did the tie-offs. You can see we did some trimming right here. Now, one of the things I want to show you guys is, here's the Clip Buddies, just to show you how they work. You can see that right there, how they bend it down. So basically it bends it down and helps curl up. It gets you more light exposure. Now, the other thing I did was I put a belt on my pots here, right? The sun is giving me a bad angle here. There we go. So I take a razor blade and I put a belt loop and I put a wire tie around. So basically a belt, so I can do tie downs anywhere on the plant like that. Boom. So, and the reason I do this, I know you could just cut a hole and tie it off, but next year, because I'm going to reuse the soil, this is important. You can reuse the soil year after year, and what's going to happen here is I might not have that same structure in here. So here's a belt that stays there every year, and I can do my tie off. So that's the project this morning here, guys, is getting everything situated, stabilized, all the plants taken care of. This one needs a little bit of help on the tie-offs. I started to do the tie-offs, as you can see here. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. You can see that little tie-off there. So anyways, that's this morning's update. Oh, one other thing I want to show you. Here in New England, we deal with these little beetles. They come out at night. And when you find your plant chowed on, let me see if I can find some chow mark. Oh, there we go. You see how it's been chewed on? All right, so I had to get some neem oil on there right away. It doesn't look like there's been any additional chewing, but they've been here because last night it rained. And you see those little brown beetles? Those brown beetles, those little fuckers come out at night and they chew on your plants, and you're wondering, because they're gone the next day, you don't see them during the daylight. And you're like, what's eating my plants? And you can't figure out what bug or what product you're going to use to deal with it. Now you know. The brown beetles at night. All right, guys, I got to go. Got to get to work. Got to wrap up a few last minute things here. Talk to my good neighbor. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated. I got a lot of stuff to share this season. And look for the podcast. We'll be launching that soon. And as always, may those resins bless your bowl today. Peace, happy growing, and don't forget, sharing is truly caring. Share some of your herbs when you can. See ya.